Tarsul.
You
Remember,
Over the door.
3
This is entire Tarsul Delon. I'm on board the eccentric Phalanx. Lomth, what's the Earth date? October 12, 2592. 2250 hours ship time. And this will be my final log in this position. I'm probably one of the only temps who ever bothered to keep one in the first place. Funny. The Co wanted us to keep these, so there were records for when they got sued. Yeah, I'd say that might end up backfiring on them in my case. I kept my head down until now. I kept my head down when we... engine room. Here we are. That's locked. Okay, this'll just take... I kept my head down when we skimmed. That's what they call it. Skimming a little off the surface. As if it doesn't hurt living creatures and introduce outside crap into a biosphere. When we skimmed a living planet, we broke AAA. But more than that, it made me feel sick. It wasn't even like we mined anything we couldn't have gotten from elsewhere in the system. We were just nearer the living world. So we went there and just stomped all over some pre-intelligent ecosystem. What was the code? Yeah. Now, I was new. I mentioned it to my supervisor, and she said, "Don't forget your NDA. Don't cause a scene." Well, it's time to cause a scene. I can't look at our equipment biting into asteroids anymore without imagining it felling plants. Now we're orbiting a world that I still can't believe exists. One that should be a historical monument, if we deserve to touch it at all. And eccentric only sees it as money. So much money. And Skarg spite me if it was just the rogue. If it was just the rogue. But it isn't. It's the rogue and the ROGUEMAKER. System forming. And I can't let them have that kind of tech. That kind of power. I can't. And there's no time. It might already be... Yes. Panels off. Okay. 2 wires. Just 2 wires to cut. Of course it's 2. And then I run.
Hey, are you authorized to be in this section? What are you doing? What are you doing? Let go of that.
Complete. All systems nominal for entry, descent, and landing. Commencing EDL in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're landing on the planet as you ordered, Captain Tarsul. Be still, sad heart, and cease repining. Behind the clouds, the sun is still shining. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, The Rainy Day.
Ground control, send me down. I'm lost up here and I can't be found. Ground control, are you there? In my head, it fills the dead air. Says, you got time, you
ROGUEMAKER, a science fiction podcast. Episode 5, Lost and Found.
Wow. So this is a planet, huh? With real gravity. It doesn't feel any different than Artograph. Stars. I wish these things had windows. How am I supposed to get to rescue? I don't have a spacesuit. I can't just step outside. Not every planet has an atmosphere. I hope I don't have to just wait here. I'm so sick of feeling useless. I didn't notice any steering controls before, but maybe now that I'm not strapped in? I didn't think the pod was going to roll.
Sorry about that, Trip. This pod was constructed for a space environment. There are no wheels or other methods of propulsion for a two-dimensional surface.
Thanks. That would have been nice to know.
Trip, honey, are you okay?
Pascal? Yes, I landed in one piece. How about you?
I'm doing all right.
You lost your lunch, didn't you?
Yeah, in the awful lurch when the decelerant switched on, but I'm feeling okay now. I'll see you real soon, okay?
Real soon. But, hey, how are we supposed to get to the rescue ship? I'm guessing there isn't a breathable atmosphere outside this pod.
Oh, Jawn will come help.
Howdy there. Sorry to surprise you. I'm just outside. I'm gonna roll you into the Titan's airlock, alright? You, might want to strap in.
What do you want to do with the pods?
Just roll them to the walls for now while I help Alyss out. Yeah, that's perfect.
Loki. Oh, I thought I'd never get to hug you again. What did you do? Your head is cut open.
Forehead.
Loki, it's oozing. Is your forehead supposed to ooze like that?
It doesn't hurt. I might have tried to roll my pod over here myself, only I didn't know which way to go, and the pods aren't clear like Zorbs.
Stars, I missed you so much.
I told you it was gonna be okay. You told yourself too.
I can't believe we made it down here. I can't believe we're alive. We're standing again, not stuck in those pod prisons. I'm holding your hand again, Trip. Why did I never think about how precious this all is?
Oh, honey, I was so worried about you. But don't you ever think I don't know just how much you care about me.
We were stuck in those pods for so long, in complete darkness. I kept thinking of tombs.
Amateurs.
Excuse me?
Oh, we weren't in the pod so long. I didn't even get hungry. It was, 3 Earth hours, perhaps? Clearly long enough for some of you to have breakdowns.
I don't care if you are the captain. I don't appreciate you talking to my spouse like that. Don't think you're getting away with what you did up there when ship was trying to land us. I will make you answer for that myself if I have to.
You think you scare me? You have me to thank for you and Pascal being down here in the first place.
Oh, thank you! Because this is, of course, your rescue ship we're on right now.
Trip, honey, it's not worth it. They can't do anything down here anyway.
Excuse me. That was out of line. I'm just tired. After the day we've all had.
Whoa! Don't touch it! Get off me!
Fine, if you're happy with it not healing properly.
Oh, look! The ship's got a window! For a bath in the cosmic emptiness. That journey in the escape pod was surprisingly empty of staring at starscapes and contemplating my place in the universe. I'd never realized just how essential windows are to my whole process. Well, time to make up for lost time. Whoa, let's figure out what system we're in, then as soon as we can get to the nearest pub, we can... Oh, it's so dark out there. Like completely pitch dark.
Yeah, it's a rogue planet.
Whoa, what's a rogue planet? It sounds super rad.
You don't know what a rogue planet is?
Loki grew up rich.
Did not.
Did too. So he never had to dream about finding one.
This question sounds up your alley, hun.
Oh yeah, you're like a real astrologer, right? I only dabble in that. I'm mostly into mindfulness myself.
I'm an astronomer.
Awesome. Capricorns, am I right?
A rogue planet is just any planet that doesn't have a sun. They're also called nomads or orphans or unbound planets, since they're not gravitationally bound to any star. They're found in interstellar space.
Whoa. So, like, they're just floating around in the void? How does that happen?
Well, rogue planets form in star systems just like any other planet, but planet formation is messy. Lots of times planets kind of fight like siblings, jostling for positions, and some of them get kicked out in the gravitational game of musical chairs, so to speak.
Damn, that's cold.
Mining co's love them too. Lots of the miners at the Harrows on EE had rogue stories. They're easy money, if you can find one, which is the hard part. No one's regulating what you take from a rogue. No one cares.
That's really cold.
Alright, that's all of us in through the airlock. Looks like everyone got through the landing and is conscious. Good job, everyone, and accounted for. Now, we all owe a debt of gratitude to...
Welcome, one and all, to the Titan, my humble abode. Feel free to make yourselves at home for the duration of your stay. The Titan is my pride and joy. I added the detachable galleon cabins just to add more living space, and boy howdy is that move sure coming in handy today, you know? We can all thank my inheritance from my uncle's Red Bull restaurant business back in Philly for that. Thank you, Uncle Jimmy. Now, while you're on board, please make sure to please do not touch that. Make sure to treat the Titan with respect because it is my baby. So yeah, sweet. Let's save your asses.
Thank you so much, Jawn. We are so lucky you were here. Folks, those relaxaduce landing drugs, they can be pretty unpleasant. Trust me, they're necessary, but they pack a punch. So first off, does anyone need medical attention?
I could use some nausea meds.
Jawn?
On it. I'll also grab some food and... damn, you've got to be thirsty.
Loki hit his forehead.
Ouch. Ooh. Yeah, that's bleeding a fair bit. Flight attendant training doesn't really cover that area.
No, he was a doctor.
Oh, shh. Kid, I've learned never to give out that title on a commercial flight. I'm not that kind of doctor. I'm only a botanist.
All right. Well, we'll clean it and bandage it anyway, and just let us know if you feel dizzy or light sensitive, okay, Loki?
Yeah, I feel fine. Chill vibes.
You said that after that time we played mountain polo, too.
And I was fine.
Yeah, after we went to the hospital.
Thank you, Loki. Does anyone...
Hey.
Kusha, yes? Do you need medical attention?
Okay, look, I am sorry. I do not want to sound insensitive here. Really, obviously, medical attention and all is really important, and we need to make sure everyone is taken care of first and foremost. I am so glad that we are all safe and sound, and this ship is here like a heaven-sent meteor, and it looks as if we are all going to get out of this alive. Because there was a bit up there where I thought I might never see another person, well, in person, ever again. I really did. I mean, this is my first space journey, and I know I am not the expert here. I am just a kid on my wander, but none of you are asking the obvious questions.
Kusha, we will in time. Trust me. There are some people here I would love to have a word with, but first things first, we need to work out what...
Questions like, what is this place, this rogue? Where are we? Who is this Jawn, and can we trust them? Why are they so conveniently here to rescue us? It sounded like they were expecting something. What are they doing here? This ship looks incredibly sketchy and definitely not above board. Speaking of, who blew up our ship? Can we even trust our captain after that stunt they pulled, silencing all of us and essentially holding us hostage up there in orbit? Pardon my language, but Scarg, I just need someone to tell me what is going on.
Who wants space raid? What? You all look like someone died. No one died, right?
You took off your spacesuit.
Our savior is wearing, like, pink tiger print spandex and a hoodie that says something I couldn't say on a kid-friendly show.
Ugh, lumps spite me. Haven't any of you met a skipper before?
Malachi has.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, skippers do wear spandex with very loud patterns.
The pilot's seat slides to reach different controls. I mean, you can't have anything baggy catching during a race, you know?
If Jawn is a skipper, then that just proves my point. Do skippers stake out on rogue planets now? Are rogues bases of operations for illegal racing rings? Do you sell drugs here, too?
Yes. Yes, we do. That's exactly it. We sell so many drugs and ship parts on rogues. That's exactly what we're doing, and nothing else. I mean, what better location to avoid Jacob than a lonely rogue, you know?
Kuja, your concern is appreciated, and this has been a really stressful time for all of us, and there are very many questions we need answered. But perhaps it's not the best idea to antagonize the person who's offered us food, shelter, and a ride home.
Agreed. John's helping us. I couldn't care less about his hobbies.
It's true. We ought to figure out how, or... sure, who hurt the ship. Alyss has been accused of breaching the cockpit, and Captain, your martial law streak up there demands an explanation. But right now, we're tired, we're hungry, we're thirsty, we've just survived a near-death experience and an emergency landing. Medical attention, hydration, food. Then we can talk, Captain. Captain? Agreed? You've been awfully quiet.
I don't care. It's fine.
Alyss, you haven't said a word either. Agreed?
Yes.
Kuja?
Fine.
Good.
Alright, so, here's your nausea meds.
Thanks.
So for drinks, we've got Spacerade Original, Spacerade Recaffeinate, Spacerade Recaffeinate Zero, and this orange soda. Whoops, that's expired. But only a month expired. That should be fine. Food-wise, Sunny Rings, dried cruth, a whole crate of protein bars from my last race sponsor, and a crap ton of Harrow's ketchup packets.
Ooh, do you have any more nausea meds by chance?
No, but I do have a bottle of Zanzlu.
Let's maybe not hit the Zanzlu on an empty stomach.
I thought humans also needed to drink water.
I haven't had water in years. Spacerade is far superior.
Well, at least it's hydrating.
It's made for athletes, Woe. This will get those vocal cords in shape.
We appreciate you sharing what you have, Jawn.
Aye, thanks, man. Hell yeah. Could certainly be worse.
Yeah, totally. Dig in.
Oh, yeah, Jawn, do you have any extra spandex I could borrow? I need to
Hey, do the protein bars
change.
have nuts in
And,
them?
You go
I love
ahead.
your style. Honestly, I'm like, tiger
Seems
print on its own.
about
Not a
seems
huge fan.
bland.
But the pink tiger print, I'm like,
I guess.
digging
Sophie,
it.
what happened to your pants?
So, Jawn, now that we have all had a healthy meal, can we please talk about how we are going to get off this star-forsaken rock?
Well...
Yes, now is a good time to have a meeting.
Can we radio for help, or do we all have to fly out on the Titan?
About that, we aren't really...
I think flying out on, an actual racing skip sounds fun.
Yes, but first we should contact Plutonic. Get them to send some help. That will be more convenient for Jawn as well, so they don't have to take off with more than the max capacity.
Yeah, we're not radioing out.
Excuse me?
What are you laughing at, Captain? You're not... Oh, stars. Why didn't I see it before? You cut off our distress signal earlier. What if you're trying to keep us here? You're not working with Jawn, are you?
No. We are not.
I've never seen this Gnonu before in my life.
Of course that's what you'd say.
Are you saying we won't radio out because it's not possible to radio out from here? Because of the interference?
The interference is a major concern, yeah, but I've managed to rig a tight beam and I'm not adjusting it. It took me too long to get it set up where I need it. Honestly, this is just something I'm asking of you in exchange for, saving your lives. We're not radioing anyone. I gotta preserve it, this rogue, so the skippers can sell drugs. No one is knowing we are here.
Well, we can't argue with rescue.
Seriously?
So, where is here, exactly?
You heard him. It's just a rogue.
An empty rogue.
Yes. Pascal, the fewer questions you ask, the easier this will be for all of us. Stars, you scientist types. Sometimes it's best to not know certain things, understand?
I suppose the unexpected interference at this empty rogue could be explained by an anomalous magnetic field.
There you go.
Never could get the hang of magnetic fields.
Alyss is right. That's one of the first rules of being a spacer. If the question has no good answers, it's better you don't ask it. Jawn, I don't care what your business here is, so long as you get us off this rock in one piece.
I like the way this one thinks. I can have us up and away in no time. I'll just drop you off at the nearest space station. You don't say squat about this. Just tell them you were kidnapped by pirates or something, Everyone's happy. And alive. I'll go get ready for takeoff.
You heard them. Let's get everybody ready to leave this rogue.
Can we... Excuse me. I don't know how to ask this, but is there a way we can make sure Captain Tarsul can't try anything to stop us from taking off first?
I like that idea.
I would feel safer knowing the captain couldn't interfere again, like they did in orbit.
Thing is, we don't really have any authority to take such drastic action.
Excuse me, Malachi. All due respect, but the captain has tried to hurt our survival chances multiple times now, and took away our voices, literally. And then they threatened my spouse, and they don't even seem to have any regrets.
Do it.
Captain, what?
Stop arguing and do it.
What?
I chose to live. This is what I get. I don't mind leaving here as your prisoner, so long as we leave here.
Well, we don't have any rope.
We could put them in an escape pod.
But can't they escape the pod? The AI listens to them.
If there's no atmosphere outside the pod, ship won't let you out. Captain Tarsul can go in a pod in the airlock if we depressurize it.
That sounds... Wait. Excuse me?
I'm not a scientist or anything. I just pressed the exit button a ton and it didn't let me out.
Low-key, you realize the safety lock is the only reason you didn't vent yourself into space, right?
Ooh, damn. You're right.
You're awfully calm about that.
They do call me low-key.
If it weren't for the idiot AI, you'd be dead.
Like you just said, whoa. Ship's the only reason Loki's alive, so it would be appreciated if you would stop calling it names. I don't think the captain could get out if we went with Loki's plan. Ship has to listen to the captain's orders, but from inside a pod, alone, without the rest of us also in pods, they won't be able to do much. Plus, this way we get to bring and install the ship along. There's no way we're leaving it behind.
Are you done arguing? Put me in the pod.
Okay.
Go on.
God, I can't imagine him.
Okay.
I don't know, they were kind of harsh on the vibe.
Break time.
Oh, and Trip,
Yes?
you're wrong. I do have regrets.
All right, everyone, strap in if you can find a chair or find something to belong to if you can. We've got one person in a pod in the airlock, but we're leaving all the other pods behind this road since there's already a lot of extra weight. Just wanted to let you know in case you had any fond memories, you know? I'm sure you never want to see them again. I've got just a few more quick checks to make, and then we can blast on out of here.
Oh, my stars, Loki. I am so glad we booked an early flight.
The universe comes to our aid in the end. We might just make it in time for the revel after all.
Kid, like I said earlier, sometimes it's best not to ask the questions. At least not until we're safe and sound somewhere sipping tea.
When we're safe and sound, it'll be too late. I'm telling you, Nogo, it doesn't add up. Like when Jawn first radioed us, they said they were expecting a pod, or some pods, just not as many as turned up. A delivery, maybe? A visitor? And Tarsul knew this planet was here. Like, they knew enough to tell us that nobody lived here. Why would Tarsul know about some empty rogue?
These are questions we save for J-Gov to answer, once we're all sitting cozy at home somewhere.
I just don't buy that Tarsul's not involved. It's almost like they've been here before. If I were Dr. Sung and this were the Mafia, which it might be for all that we know, I wouldn't just look away from this.
Dr. Sung is a medical doctor. This has nothing to do with their field of expertise. Dr. Sung is smart enough to stay in their lane.
You've never seen the show, have you?
Look, kid, I agreed to get you to Tant because I liked your guts, sneaking away from Luna on my ship.
Nogo, it's those same guts talking right now.
There's a difference between having guts and being suicidal. There's things out there that'll get you killed if you mess with them. And knowing how to tell which those are is the most important skill you ever learn. Something's off here, yes. This feels too easy, yes. But it's not worth our lives to find out. Oh, I agreed to get you to Tant. And damn it, I'm gonna do that. But no detours, no sidetracks. We don't need to be Dr. Sung here. Just relax, and you'll be off to your university interview before you know it. Hey, on the day side, John's desire to keep things on the down low makes it less likely your mom will find you, right?
I guess so.
I'd offer you some of my gin to stay relaxed if you weren't too young.
Nogo, I'm 19. I'm not a... Wait a minute. Jin, things you carried with you on your pod, Alice's suitcase with the crazy technology that looked like a live bird boat, that was the delivery. Alice is the one working with Jawn. Alice is the one working with Jawn.
Kid, I swear.
Calm down, it's okay. Breathe like we talked about, yeah?
You're not still on about this, Chasma.
I saw the lime green bird on the boat in your suitcase
You
and...
had a weird dream. I never went to the cockpit in the middle of the night. Why the hell would I do that?
But the suitcase.
Yeah, I had a suitcase. I was on vacation, genius. I didn't have time to grab it before we all had to run to the escape pod for our lives. I left it at my seat. It must have been blown up with the rest of the 999. I'm not your enemy. See, look at my empty hands. No lime green birds. No suitcase.
That's funny. Do you mean this suitcase?
Kusa.
Where did you find that?
Why were you snooping through John's things, Kusa?
Oh, I was just looking for a secure place to sit for takeoff when I found this very familiar suitcase hastily wedged in a closet.
Ha! See? I told you! Didn't I literally tell you?
Kid couldn't leave well enough alone.
A word to the wise, Alyss. Maybe refrain from using such a distinctive case covered in brightly colored stickers next time. If it was boring, I might never have noticed it. But no, I stared at this thing the entire light flight. I'd recognize it anywhere.
Fine. You got me. I was delivering it to Jawn.
And you sabotaged our light flight and blew up the Surface 999!
No, I didn't. I didn't lie to you, Casma, at the cockpit. If everything went according to my plan, I would have just ejected the suitcase in a pod and it would have flown off to Jawn. We wouldn't have come here, and none of you would have even known I'd ejected a pod. Now we can still get out of here. What are you doing, Kusa?
Seeing what was so important that you'd...
Oh, stars. I told you. Weirdest thing you've ever seen, right?
Stars. Man, that's transcendental.
Oh, my stars.
What the fuck is that?
I've only seen stuff like that when I was contracting with Nevermore, but this is way more advanced.
Pascal, is that what I think it is?
It's tracer tech.
Everybody...
That's tracer tech, right?
Yes.
Hey there, folks. Bad news. Looks like I'm not the only one in here with bad news. Oh, stars. You found the suitcase.
The game's up, Jawn.
Fuck.
There's no point in not telling them now.
Yeah. Just do it, you know?
Everyone, this rogue planet we're standing on was the homeworld of the Tracers.
Good night, Captain Tarsul. Sleep well.
Sleep, not night.
Good sleep,
Be
Captain
quiet,
Tarsul.
No, everyone knows already. They know. Did it. Everyone knows already. You killed them. For nothing. Everyone knows already. And what will end because you were too close.
Tarsul.
Ship? Ship!
Are you there?
Thank you for listening to ROGUEMAKER. This episode, Lost and Found, was written by Emma Johanna Puranen and directed by ROGUEMAKER and Emma Johanna Puranen. The script was edited by ROGUEMAKER and Shione C. White, with additional script contributions from Daria Siskina. Sound editing was by Emma Johanna Puranen. Original music was composed by Emily Branham, who also sings our theme song. Our cover art is by Tatiana Arkdander. In order of appearance, this episode featured the voices of
Stephen Indrisano as Tarsul.
Emma Johanna Puranen as Ship.
Axandre OG as Valencio, Triptych.
Bonnie Calderwood Aspinwall as Pascal Almagest.
Sam LaPorte as Jawn Batalha.
Alasdair Stuart as Malachi Tessera.
Nhea Durousseau as Alyss Obelus.
Alexandra Rose DeAngelis as Woh Olum.
Omar Camps-Kamrin as Low-Key Madigan.
ROGUEMAKER as Casma Jump Cannon.
Samuel as Noko.
And
Liz Maury as Kusa Tabask.
additional voices were lent by Emma Johanna Puranen and Jeanette Puranen. Last but not least, our vibe checker was... For transcripts and more, check out our website, roguemaker.space. You can come to our Spacer aid and support ROGUEMAKER by rating and reviewing us on your podcatcher of choice. You can also follow at ROGUEMAKERPod on Twitter and Instagram, or tell a friend about us. Also, we have a new Ko-fi. If you like what you hear and want to support the artists behind the show,
buy us a coffee on ko-fi.com/RogueMaker. That's ko-fi.com/RogueMaker. Until next episode, take care of each other and stay safe out there. Stay tuned to hear a trailer for another show you'll love.
Welcome to Spirit Box Radio, now hosted by, me, Sam Enfield. I used to be the P.O. Box boy, but since Madame Marie and all her loyal assistants disappeared, I'm the only one left. I'm sure I'll figure it out. I have noticed a couple of things seem a bit off here in the studio, like these augury forecasts which keep appearing out of nowhere, and all these weird messages. And all of these cats keep showing up too. I have no idea where Madame Marie has gone. It'll all be fine, right? Right. I may not know much about magic, ghosts, or the arcane, but I'm sure we can figure it out together, faithful listeners. Everything will be fine. Spirit Box Radio is a cozy horror audio drama with themes of grief, love, and identity, with new episodes releasing every week wherever you listen to podcasts. To find transcripts and learn more about the show, visit hangingsawstudios.com/spirit-box-radio. Spirit Box Radio is recorded in front of a dead studio audience.
Tune in. Get spooky.